Hello there and welcome back to Minecraft Challenges. This month's challenge is called Branching Out. The goal of this challenge is to collect and grow every version of a tree. For the purposes of the challenge, the trees are oak, spruce, birch, dark oak, mangrove, jungle, acacia, cherry, and azalea. I'm using a Java data pack that gives me all the starter items, but also lists the goal in the chat window. This can be very helpful if you're like me and need reminding what all the trees are. It's very easy to forget one otherwise. Now the starter items are 1 elytra enchanted with unbreaking 3 and several stacks of rockets. You shouldn't need more than 3 stacks, but if you do run out, feel free to give yourself some more with the give command. Finding all the trees in a relatively short amount of time is hard enough. We don't want the challenge to end due to rocket usage. Now, one point that needs to be really clear is that this challenge is to grow one of each of the trees. It's not just to collect the saplings. So part of the challenge becomes collecting bone meal. The best tips I have for that are find a village and grab all the wheat, or if you find a lush cave, grab all the moss. Those are the only quick ways to get bone meal that I can think of. Now, as you can see by the counter above my hotbar, the game is tracking game ticks. The main reason for this is game ticks are a universal time that can be tracked no matter what platform you are on, or if you use a data pack or not. Links to the Java and Bedrock data packs are in the description below, as are the full rules and details. If you don't or can't use a data pack, then you create a new world, give yourself the starter items, go into survival mode, and then issue a starting game time command. Later, when you have grown all 9 overworld trees, issue an ending game time command. Your score for the challenge would be the starting time subtracted from the end time. If you're using a data pack, you don't have to mess with all that. Just go with the game ticks on the screen, or convert time in seconds to ticks by multiplying the seconds by 20. I know it's all very, very exciting stuff, but game ticks are just a nice way to show how long you have spent in the world, so assuming someone isn't actively trying to cheat, it's the best way to know how long a run took without the player having to show every second of gameplay in a video. Right now I'm trying to collect 4 jungle saplings to make a tree, but eventually I remember you only need 1. And there we go. I finally remembered. So far, we have saplings for oak, birch, and now jungle. Only 6 more to go. Now, I know this challenge has nothing to do with jungle temples, but how can I pass this up and not see what's inside? Who knows, maybe there'll be something useful. But even though this will cost me some time, it's worth exploring just for the rarity value. And there we go. Some iron will definitely be useful to make an iron hoe and speed up the sapling and bone meal collection later on. Now I know there's a second chest behind this wall somewhere, so let's check that one out as well before we head out. Ah well, guess they can't all be winners. But we might as well take that gold so we can make another hoe later on if we need to. Alright. Back to the hunt for trees. Alright, let's check out this ruin and see if it has anything in the chest. I know the treasure on these things usually isn't any good, but you know, sometimes there's tools. Golden boots and a golden apple. It'll do, I guess. Now back to looking for trees. And there's a spruce sapling for the collection. 5 more to go. Found a dark oak forest, and sadly, this one I am going to need all 4 saplings to make a tree. And there's number 4. Back to exploring. Finally found a village and just in time to sleep. Sorry, sir, but this bed is needed for challenge reasons. The government will reimburse you later. Let's gather up all the wheat, and then back to exploring. Ooh, another ruin. Let's check it out. Well, that's not too bad. We can use those carrots and put those nuggets to use as a new iron hoe. I broke that first one on the dark oak tree. Inventory's getting kind of full, so time to compost to get some of that wonderful bone meal for all those trees we have to grow later on. And speaking of growing trees, this seems as good a place as any to grow what we have already and free up some inventory space. There's the dark oak grown. And there's a jungle tree. And there's a birch tree. And we're pretty much out of bone meal, so back to exploring. Found a second village. And that should get us some bone meal. Double composter action. And there's our oak tree. And there's the spruce. Oh, third village. More wheat equals more bone meal. I'm not having a lot of luck triggering tree growth, so need to stock up while I can. Found some cherry trees. Grew a cherry tree. Found an azalea tree out in the wild. And there's another tree grown. Finally found acacia, and then grew acacia. And finally, there is a patch of mangrove. Had a visitor while I made some more bone meal. And there, finally, is the last of the 9 trees. My time for this run was 41,694 ticks. Not exactly a great run, but it is the first run where I actually found all the trees. I should be able to do better next time. But there's the challenge. Find all 9 trees, gather all the saplings, and grow new trees. It's a bit of a longer challenge this month, but it's a fun one. If you want to give it a try, links to the data packs are in the description below, as are all the rules and details of the challenge. If you want to join us on Discord, there should be a link there too. Until next time, I have been Gragore, and this has been Minecraft Challenges. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, always try and find a way to make it fun. See ya.